All right. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. I've been really busy doing charts and trying to get those done and out of the way. I want that list finished before the first of the year, and I'm just going to stick to it until I get it done. I want to answer a question first. I was asked, how do I find my rising sign on Stellarium? Well, you come on, you turn on Stellarium, you go to the left-hand taskbar, and you put up the location of where you were born. And then you come to the clock, which launches this, and you put up your birth date, when you were born. And then you come down here to the bottom, and you turn on the landscape and the cardinal points. Then you go find east. And you find the ecliptic, right? Sometimes the zodiac will be on this side of the E, and sometimes it'll be on this side of the E. It's in the middle, right dead center of the E, east, when it's the equinox, right? But we're on a solstice, so a solstice puts it either side of dead east. So whatever zodiac sign is rising in the east, if you were born today, you would be Virgo rising. And a lot of times you'll get not only a constellation, but a particular star that'll rise right there. I've done where you've got Saturn rising. I've got Fomalhaut rising on mine, which is not even in the ecliptic, but it's the star sitting in the east on the ground when I am born. So this is how you find your rising sign. Let's turn all this off. Now the reason I'm here, let me zoom in just a little bit. We got a lot going on. Mercury moves into Scorpio today. So you're going to have Mercury, Jupiter, the Sun, Mars, the Moon, and Neptune all on the fixed cross today. For 1 week. It's going to be kind of crazy. Leading right up to, let's just go there, the winter solstice. On the winter solstice, Mars leaves Aquarius and enters Pisces on that day. Mercury conjuncts Jupiter on that day. As the Moon, Mars, and the Sun leave the fixed cross, but Mars is still going to be in play because he's going to be aspecting the water in Scorpio. So we're going to have, and Mars is malefic in Pisces. He really is. He's just underhanded, corrupt. He can be malicious there. He can be emotionally bipolar there, going from high highs to low lows. But he's going to be aspecting this water of his own house back in Scorpio. So what we're going to have is Jupiter in Mars's house and Mars in Jupiter's house, with Mercury right on top of it all. And this is not good. As a matter of fact, it's going to be downright dirty. While this setup is going on between Mercury, Jupiter, and Mars, it's going to be revealing dirty secrets about the church. Actually, Mars could play in the public's favor here, because Pisces is the veiled to me. Pisces, the age of Pisces is the age of the veil. It's illusion, delusion. Everybody's in costumes with masks on. Mars is going to take them off. He's going to wreak havoc in Jupiter's house, while Jupiter is in his house, and this is about revealing secrets. Jupiter represents the church, the age of the church, this age. Mercury, the messenger, works with Jupiter. They rule the mutable cross. Jupiter rules mutable fire and mutable water. Mercury rules mutable air and mutable earth. And they're all up in Mars's house of, let me tell you a secret. Scorpio is about the people you choose in your life, your best friends, your lovers, people you're close to, intimate with, tell secrets to. It's also one of the lessons. The hero, the upper house of Scorpio, Ophiuchus, the hero's journey. The hero finds out that Hercules finds out the king he's working for is the bad guy. His arch nemesis he thought had been his best friend. The secrets are revealed, and then you got to find a way to ride that wave and overcome it without letting it take you down. But this is how this is going to play out. Mars is going to wreak havoc back to the church. He's in the church's house, and he's in a malefic state. And then he's going to aspect the water back to his own house. So we're going to see what I would call an internal war in the church. And the messenger is there. And it's going to be a message for both sides. Big lesson to learn here. But this is going to, right now, let me pop back to today. Those of you on the fixed cross are the heavy right now. You're carrying all the weight. Currently, you have, like I said, the moon, Mars, Neptune, Mercury, Jupiter, and the sun all on the fixed cross. The mutable cross, it ain't easy for you either, because you still got the two planets of transformation, which are Uranus and Pluto. Uranus in Pisces, Pluto in Sagittarius. The only ones really catching a break right now are the cardinal cross. Cardinal Earth is catching a break, and cardinal air is aspecting the air on the fixed cross right now. Cardinal air will catch a break next week. Come the 21st, cardinal Earth and cardinal air won't be aspecting anything but Venus in a good position in her own house. So, a good week, a good couple of weeks for those of you on the cardinal cross. A watch your back week. 2 weeks. I'm going to say up to New Year's. Watch your back week for those on the fixed cross. And those on the mutable cross, just continue doing what you're doing. You still have to deal with Uranus until March. And next week, when Mars moves into Pisces with Uranus on one end, Mars on the other. That's like that rubber band I keep talking about with Uranus when he gets ready to leave a house and you ain't done it. Well, when he gets ready to leave Pisces in March of 2019, Mars will be here, and it's not going to be pretty either way, because Mars also rules Aries. So that Uranus transformation of the associate people in our life, people we go to church with, school with, work with, but this whole age is about religion and being around people of like mind. That's what a church is, like minds. Being in that communal setting. But finally we got Venus in Libra and got that break. But as I said today, currently you'll see that Mercury is in Libra. But here in a few hours, what time of day does he move? At 8 o'clock this morning, he will be in Scorpio. So I'm going ahead and calling him there, because his work in Libra is done. All right. That's what we've got going on today, this week, up until, I'm just going to call it through January the 1st. And then if I feel like a video needs to be made between now during the holidays, I will make it. If I'm inspired to make a video, I'm going to stop and I'm going to make it. Otherwise, I'm just going to try to get as many of these charts, not many of them, spit that out. I'm going to get all of them done. That way I can start the new year with a clean slate. I wish all of you happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. What we're all really celebrating is the sun. when you talk about Christmas, it's the resurrection of the sun, because when the sun hits the winter solstice mark, it doesn't move for 3 days. It stands still in one spot, and then it starts going back the other way from the vantage point of where we're at on Earth. It moves towards the other hemisphere. When it's at its southernmost, the northern gets its winter, and when it's at the northernmost, the southern gets its winter. So it'll turn around, go the other way, and it's born again on the 3rd day. It dies on the 21st. It stands still and stops moving, just like a retrograde. And then it'll start moving again on the 3rd day, which is the 24th, Christmas Eve, right? So now you understand all of that. Santa Claus, that's a German thing. It has to do with the Yuletide. New Year's Day was set up based on a Roman calendar, and it should have been in the winter solstice, but as you can see, it no longer is. We need a new zodiac, a new calendar, a new everything. And hopefully we'll get that, a perfected one, in the new age to come. Because trying to decipher this shit with what they've done to it, I can understand why people get confused. It's taken me forever to just figure it out, and I figured it out just by stumbling upon it. I didn't have anybody to teach me. I just kept seeing the patterns and then following where they led, and the pieces of the puzzle just kind of fell together, and one day the light went off in my head and I could just see it. I just see it. I can just look at the symbols now. I've trained my brain enough that the symbols now tell stories, and I see the stories in the symbols, and they're like Aesop's fables. There's a lesson in every one. There's a duality in every one. Actually, there's a triplicity, because we have, in each sign, there are 3 decans. You have the positive, the negative, and then the neutral, right? You have the one in the middle that's androgynous between the two. It's neither positive nor negative. It just is. All right. Again, enjoy your holidays. If you have any questions or comments, put them down there. I'll try to get to them when I can. If you're new to my channel, I'm not currently accepting any more charts until I get the ones done I have to do. I don't want to put any more on my plate. But if you have been watching my channel and it's helped you, I could really use some donations right about now. This time of year is always the worst, and I understand everybody's got Christmas. But if you've never given before, now would be a good time to do it. I could really use it, $5, $10, a monthly sponsor. You can use my PayPal, but I apologize that it's going to be probably January before I start accepting more charts. I just really want to get these out of my way and feel like my slate is clean, because it happens to me in droves. I won't have any charts, and then I'll get 20. And then before I can finish that, I'll get 20 more on top of it. And they all come in just a couple of days. And it's really overwhelmed me. I've had a lot on my plate. But finally, I'm not working. My friend Veronica, I finally put her on a bus home. She showed back up for a couple of days, and I just wouldn't take a no for an answer. She does have extended family, and they are willing to help her. So I did get her on a bus and get her out of here. So now I don't have to worry about her anymore. She's in a safe place, and that boy of hers, he'll figure his way out. He's a grown man. I'm not worried about it. So my time is free to do nothing but charts. Another question I was asked, no, I don't really celebrate Christmas. I used to. I had a kid, right? I put up the tree and all of that. Even though I didn't know what I know now, I still would try to deprogram, at least get rid of the programming. We did Christmas a little, not like the average family would, I would say. I always tried to reveal what truth I knew behind what customs were going on. But yeah, I didn't want him to feel left out. I went through that as a child with the war of whether or not we have Christmas in our house. But no, I don't celebrate now that I don't have a kid. I haven't put up a tree. It's just me. I don't see the point in, like Thanksgiving, cooking a big turkey when it's just me. I don't see a point in putting up a tree. That was really like for the kids, right? Let's tell the kids the big lie. But the solstice season is always about the death of the sun and the resurrection on the third day. And he dies in, let's go ahead and put him up, see what day he moves what. He is currently in Ophiuchus, moving, actually he moves into Sagittarius on the 18th. But he doesn't die until the 21st. It's when he stops moving. So on the 18th, he will move into Sagittarius, which will mark the beginning of those born in Sagittarius. But it is the 21st with that winter solstice, Mercury and Jupiter conjunct in Scorpio. Mars moves into Pisces on that day, out of Aquarius. What time of day does he move? He moves that night. 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the solstice, Mars will move into Pisces. And that's when all hell's going to break loose. Because Mars is going to be with Uranus, aspecting the water of his own house. And the change will come with those on the mutable cross. But you people on the cardinal cross, just sit back and enjoy it, because you're actually going to get a frickin' break.